from Zulok, failing or winning against the Druid.
And we got a hipster playing.
You're just like, you see someone with glasses and hair, and you're like, he looks like you almost.
What?
So you're.
It's not like you. It's not even close.
If you would put glasses on and shave yourself, you could be twins.
No.
Easy mode.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely yes. So I'm right and you're wrong. My opinion is the best.
What?
Just Timo, fast, mute him before he does anything.
Well, then I can actually leave.
Yeah, Timo didn't know how to react on this. We get a Knife Juggler and a Flame Imp already, and we don't have Cypher's point of view for this match, so you're only seeing what Skip is actually doing here. And 2 great minions out already, plus the Argus. And that's a card draw Salness.
Yep.
My favorite move.
I know. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. But if you don't know by now, card draw Salness is cool. And that seems super sad. I mean, that could be a really fast game. If there's no swipe or no coin swipe now, and even with a coin swipe, that's only going to kill 1 minion at the moment.
It's so rough.
Yeah, you kind of need a coin keeper of the grove. That would be really great. Okay, coin keeper, that's a goodie. So you killed the Knife Juggler.
It's gonna die.
He could defend off Argus. He could also Shattered Sun Cleric. I would say Argus up and...
Yeah.
Would you trade in or just go for the face?
I would trade.
But then you're missing out for damage and you're making yourself swipe vulnerable.
Not really.
Well,
you would lose 2 minions.
Yeah, you will lose 2 minions and the Divine Shield. That sucks.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's down to 17 and you still get your Shattered Sun Cleric and your Dark Iron Dwarf. So that looks great for Skip at the moment. What can Cypher do against this? So swipe would be the perfect. Raz your ability. The only thing, I'm entirely unsure about this move. I would have actually razzed away the 4-1. You took 4 more damage, and there's like 3 damage still on the board. You could have dropped down to 11 or 10, depends on what we're gonna see.
That was ballsy.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna drop down to 9 already. There's wow, there's 7-8 damage with the Shattered Sun Cleric. That looks like Cypher GG turn 6. Whatever, top deck Soulfire, game over. Druid of the Claw, that's great. Knife Juggler. Is he gonna live tap to see what he gets or drop both?
I think go for Knife Juggler.
Go for Knife Juggler. Shattered Sun, hope it hits. Who would you Shatter Sun Cleric up?
My Iron Dwarf.
Dark Iron Dwarf?
Of course.
To just trade with your Voidwalker or your Argent Squire?
Squire.
If the ping hits perfect, yeah, he buffs up the Dark Iron Dwarf, just crosses the finger and hope it works.
Yep. I mean, yeah, there is the potential of a swipe, but...
We could just sacrifice his Dark Iron Dwarf also, and just buff up his Voidwalker, for example, to have 2 safer damage. Yeah, that didn't work at all.
That's fine. He wants to keep the Divine Shield.
Yeah, he wants to keep the Divine Shield. I think that's slightly better, in my opinion. The Divine Shield is cool. I mean, a 2-2 or 1 attack minion, you don't want to waste a damage point. And Cypher is down to 6, turn 6. There's 7, 10, 13 damage on the board. With Knife Jugglers, there could always be 14, 15 damage on the board. And what could Cypher possibly play to stay alive?
It's only 5 damage on the board.
And now it's only 5 damage on the board, so...
7 HP.
He stays alive. Are you sure?
Well,
top deck Doomguard?
Life tap basically anything. Okay, that's not...
That's not...
Well,
basically anything ain't working. Like, 2 cards disprove your argument. Still, another swipe, not enough. He would need a...
He would need a Starfall.
Yeah, and even then he gets killed by the Money Berserker.
He uses hero ability, attacks the Money Berserker, survives with 1 HP, and then uses Starfall.
And you're gonna attack the Amani Berserker because there are 2 taunters that are not blocking you.
That's true. That was goddamn stupid.
So we got Cypher losing the game here. Wrong here.
Tomorrow we have the craziest match of all time, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna have Cloud9 versus Izuba playing.
Holy cow.
I'm really looking forward to that. We get a special guest also. If you haven't seen it on the Look at Hearts post, look at there. They're like special guest for Cloud9. Well, special guest, and they get a substitute.
Who is it?
Hafu's playing.
Hafu's playing.
Yeah, Strafker was in China. He couldn't actually manage to play there.
Finally.
And we're going to see Hafu playing. We get a great hand for Cypher again. I mean, Amani Berserker, Young Priestess, The Coin, Shield Bearer. He's playing against Warlock. Could be Handlock. I would actually say that's probably Handlock.
Let's hope it's Handlock, because Zulok against Zulok, like Zulok Mirror, the one who got the coin, general has a big advantage.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen Zulok Mirror in several months. If it ain't in ladder. And that's going to be Handlock versus Zulok. Could turn out good for both. I mean, you just need to pick up some good tempo, and that's what Skip doing. There's like 4 damage on the board. 6 with Almighty Berserker. Already has the 6 with the Abusive Sergeant. 7 with the Shattered Sun. I like what he has here. Okay.
Watcher, next turn Shadow Flame?
Yeah, that's a great problem. In theory, you need
I would Abusive Sergeant my Priestess.
Yeah, definitely.
And then just play the Berserker.
Yep.
You cannot take the risk.
Nope. I agree totally there with you. If he has a Shadow Flame and... Yeah, Shadow Flame would just wreck you completely.
Dude.
He doesn't care about Shadow Flame. Skip doesn't care.
Could actually lose him the match.
Or could at least lose him the board now, as you say. I could get wrecked. His Shield Bearer is going to survive if there's a Shadow Flame.
Great.
Great. Absolutely. I mean, a Defender of Argus onto your Shield Bearer.
Oh, look at this Shadow Flame.
Who's surprised? We're not. We saw that coming. A double Amani Berserker, I like that one a lot, but you lost so much, and you could have avoided this so easy mode with just an Abusive Sergeant, lose 1 minion, wreck the board, and still have the great opportunities out. And those are the moves that actually could lose you a game. Follow up with Hellfire, and then next turn just play your Molten Giant. That would be great.
Twilight is fine as well.
Twilight is super good. Is he gonna this time kill something or just go for the face? I mean, he could deal 6, 8, 12 damage now if he wants to. Now you're like, that's too risky. You don't want to give him Molten Giants.
No, I don't want to give him double Moltens.
Especially if it's double Moltens, Sunfury Protector, Shadow Flame. Just wreck the complete board, have the super taunt up.
I would just play the Argus between the Shield Bearer and the Amani Berserker, then Abusive my Shield Bearer, Soulfire the 4/7, like Twilight, and trade my Shield Bearer in, and then
still attack. You would bring him.
I would bring him down to 15.
To 15. That could be possible.
Because then he could play the Molten Giant for 5.
Yeah, but not taunt it up.
Exactly.
And that's like the big question. Is he bring him down to 14 or to 15? If he brings him down to 14,
14 could be a mistake.
Yeah, 14 would be too much. 15 would be okay, as you say. Then he cannot play a taunted Molten Giant. He needs to attack at least with 1. Now, what are we going to see from Cypher? With 6 mana, there could be another Ancient Watcher Shadow Flame. There could be Ancient Watcher Shadow Flame. So I'm gonna stick to that. How is he possibly surviving this? So there's only 9 damage on the board. That's not lethal. Has 6 mana, 15 HP. Sunwalker now would be great. Sunwalker now would be just great. Without a Doomguard, Abusive Sergeant dies, Amani Berserker dies, and the Defender of Argus dies.
Hellfire.
Hellfire and an Iron Beacon. Not even a Mortal Coil. That's kind of sheep that he didn't get it. Arts and Squire, and now he leads to life tap into Doomguard. And he cannot play it. That's great for Cypher that he actually gets that one turn to now Molten Giant before the Doomguard actually came.
And he decides to trade. Doesn't want to give Cypher another option to play a Taunter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mountain. Oh, that's getting really close. Abusive Sergeant even. It's like, what? can deal 8 damage now. And as we've seen from the amount of taunters, maybe you should have brought him down. Maybe you should have brought him down really far.
Yeah. Could have won him the game. Well, it's not over yet.
Oh, he says well played.
I smell a Siphon Soul top deck.
Was it a well played I lose, or was it a well played nice top decks there?
Ooh.
Sunfury, and he needs to heal himself
Siphon
up.
Soul.
Yeah, he needs to Siphon Soul or Urza Ring Farseer.
GG.
Yeah, GG. I mean,
Cypher won.
there's still 17 HP for your enemy.
There's absolutely nothing in a Zulok that can win you the game now.
The double big game hunter top decks, like what?
Yeah.
What did just happen?
It is Zulok.
It's gonna be GG for Cypher at the moment. There's one taunter blocking him, so he needs to get past that, the last obstacle to win the game. Yeah, Leroy Shadow Flame even, and that's great to win the game. That's winning with a kapow, kavoom, everything.
Well,
GG,
ties it
Cypher
up.
going for the 1-1. Doesn't want to lose for his team there, and I'm really happy to see maybe Cypher winning here game.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, it's not over yet. Innovation can still beat MeetYourMakers. They just have to, get a bit more lucky.
Well, there's a Black Knight Big Game Hunter with an Innervate, so those are the 2 cards you really want to have. If there is a Keeper of the Grove, additionally, now it's just a perfect hand for Skip.
Yeah.
That
It
would
is.
just,
Like, can you say?
Token, it seems to be Token.
Token with Black Knight.
I like Token with Black Knight.
I mean, it's a conditional card. Sometimes it's dead, and sometimes it's super useful.
Especially with an Innervate. So you get the turn 4 minion, and then you get maybe already have the taunt up or something, and then just Innervate out your Black Knight, coin out your Black Knight. Great stuff for you. The Loot Hoarder I like a lot, since you want to have a minion out early on, additionally with your Keeper of the Grove. So if there's a Keeper of the Grove, you don't want a hero ability attack, you want to like Keeper attack with your Loot Hoarder, for example. I won't get smaller card. I think that helps Skip more. Yeah, great. Look at this Keeper. I think it helps.
Oh, wow. Well,
Double Keeper. Perfect. Just drop your Harvest Golem now. He plays a Twilight Drake, silence, attack with your Harvest Golem. Would absolutely do this. Yeah, he's happy. You see him smiling. Yeah, you see him smiling.
wow.
This is like the equivalent to a double execute, double shield slam, shield block hand. If you were playing Control Warrior against Handlock. Yeah, that's just going to be Big Game Hunter. Go for the face.
Kind of feeling sorry for Cypher.
If Skip draws a Roar now, that would just be turn 7 at the moment, Force of Nature, Innovate Roar. Or even turn 6, Force of Nature, Coin Innovate Roar. That could turn out crazy, actually.
Could end the game.
Yeah, ASAP. Just like, whatever, game man. Violet Teacher?
Go, throw it on the Violet. Go for the face.
What if he has a Shadow Flame, he clears your whole board?
Well, that's unfortunate. If he taunts it up, you win the game.
Would you Violet coin
Nope.
Hero Power?
Nope.
Why?
Because I can't make use of it. Like, why would I?
Yeah, if he has no
I can go, like, if 2 minions survive and I attack now, I can end the game next turn with Force of Nature, Innovate. No, he's missing the Raw. God damn it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you could also just trade in both of his minions and 2 damage Moonfire, clear the board, and that's great. If there is no Ancient Watcher Shadow Flame, that's just a super potent board. Could also be Hellfire
I like the
Multicoil.
play Skip just did. That made sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
For some reason, I was thinking he had a Raw already.
I was absolutely clinging to the Force of... I don't want him to waste the Innervate for early Force of Nature Roar. But without a Roar in hand, this move was just better. Great board. 3-5, 1-1, 2-4. Hellfire into Mortal Coil Soulfire, something like this. Would drain a lot of cards from Cypher's hand, though. Soulfire into Lost Molten Giant. Wow, Alexstrasza.
And he's running an Alex.
That sucks. He could have run a Ragnaros, Alex, or Jiraxxus. Those are like the 3 options for a big minion in this deck. Card draw Selness. Everyone is doing it nowadays, and you're laughing every time I do it. You're like, pony.
I have no problem with people doing it.
You're so stupid. You're running your card draw Selness. Yeah, look at this. Skip is also doing it.
Let's see if he wins.
Yeah, let's see if he wins. And then that move was actually great. The good thing against the Warlock is he has not many options to clear Selness.
Yeah.
They're like Bottle Coil, and then all your area spells. And else you would need to, I don't know, Soulfire it or Shadow Bolt it to get rid. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. Yeah, Skip's hand looks good. With the Force of Nature, the Silencer, and the Black Knight.
Only needs to draw into the roar.
Well, we are only at turn 7, so Cypher does need to taunt up. I was like, okay, we have the Black Knight. Maybe Cypher is going to taunt up, but there's no need at the moment to taunt up. Even with a roar, he could only deal 4, 7, 10 damage, so you would survive. If he taunts up, perfect for Skip.
Yes.
In the end. But if Cypher had an obvious play, he would have done the obvious play already.
Obviously.
Okay, Ironbark Owl, silence. And Mortal Coil, great. That's just great.
And there's the Watcher.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to drop lower. And
Nope.
he doesn't have any Molten Giants.
That was a great silence now if you see this swipe there. I would go for the card draw and just trade in my Selness. I was second Force of Nature, no roar by now, but still Force of Natures for clearing stuff is okay. I mean, he has, with a Force of Nature and Hero ability, 12 damage.
Yep.
Next turn, Skip could win the
Soul.
game at the moment. Not if he gets Siphon Soul. Are you going to see Sunfear Protector? Yeah. You know what that's yelling for. You know what that's yelling for. Don't me. You know what that's yelling for. Definitely. Black Knight. Play me. Play me. I want to throw my gigantic blade in his face. His animation makes most sense of all. You play him, he throws a big blade, and then the minion dies.
I'm thinking about...
Violet Teacher?
Well, I would definitely not use the Black Knight now.
I would use him. Just right off the spot. No sinking. Just Black Knighting. You want to keep him for the Molten Giants in case you drop him lower. I think it would be okay. You have the swipe, so you could Black Knight swipe, for example, to kill a giant. You could Black Knight Force of Nature to kill a giant. You can also just go for the Violet Teacher and establish a board. I'm just a fan of Black Knight Argent Squire. Draw your swipe, be happy. Draw your roar, be happy. Okay, he uses his swipe on the 2/3 minion, just getting rid of the Sunfear Protector. There's a 4/4 in his way, but he can kill it at the moment. He got the Force of Nature. If he draws a roar, that would be perfect. What are we gonna see from Cypher? It seems like his hand ain't so optimum. Probably full with spells.
Most likely.
If you have 2 Soulfires, yeah, you can deal 8 damage. No, you don't want to. Siphon Soul gone. Both. And wow, up to 20. If he Black Knights now, then he could have Black Knighted last turn also. Just gonna stick to this. What are you gonna do? Swipe, Keeper, waste your last silence? That would be sad. I think Force of Nature makes the most sense here. You get rid of the Taunter, you get rid of the Earthen Ring Farseer, and you get 2 damage on the board. With a Force of Nature,
You mean
that's
with a
20
roar.
damage.
With
Yeah.
roar, that's lethal. Exactly.
So top decks for Skip or not, he could just win the game right off the spot. And he's leaving the picture. Do you see this? He's making the two-face. Going like...
Trying to escape.
He's trying to escape, but he's winning. Why does he have to escape? We get the Keeper of the Grove still, so if there's another Twilight Drake that might just get silenced and killed. 17 HP. Top deck roar or not? That's like the biggest question I have. For 8 mana, can he taunt up? Twilight Drake, Taunter. Twilight Drake. And the Defender of Argus, that's gonna hurt so much. That's just gonna hurt.
It's gonna be silence.
Yeah. Would you play the Azure Drake, like Keeper of the Grove, Azure Drake, and then just trade in your minion? You could also swipe.
I would keep her as a Drake. Trade the minion.
Yeah. Just draw the card, get the roar, hope for the best. Definitely silence. I mean, for what else do you want to have your silence in this? And he needs the card draw. He needs to get the roar to go Force of Nature roar. And if that's not winning him, just swipe. He could Black Knight here, but I really don't want to Black Knight this minion if you have a silence. That would be a great waste in my eyes. Yeah, that would absolutely be a great waste.
And it's his only option to get rid of Taunted Giant right now.
Yeah.
Already played his big game hunter and doesn't have the roar combo in his hand. Already played one Force of Nature as well, so this is one of his win conditions. Definitely has to stick to that.
I'm surprised a bit he actually goes for the swipe. I think it's okay though. And now we can bring him below 15. You don't care. I mean, he could have a Molten Giant and he can play a Taunter nevertheless.
Giant. I don't understand the swipe at all.
You don't understand the swipe at all. I agree there. He could have just traded in his minion, and I think that would have made greater sense in the end. He's down to 13. He has 4 damage on the board. 11 damage next turn possible. Still no lethal. Cypher could play a bit ballsy. Be like, yeah, there was one fun. He only plays one Force of Nature. That would be a great misplay. So if he life taps, misplay. What are we going to see here?
With a swipe, he could have won next turn, like if he kept it.
With a Force of Nature swipe and then go for the face, yes, he would have had exactly 13 damage. But he would have done lesser damage now.
He would have 14 damage.
Yeah, but mana wise, he could have hero ability or traded
actually,
his
he
minion.
wouldn't have lethal. He would have been 1 damage short because he would lose 1 damage.
But do you know what? He's gonna top deck a roar, so you don't even need to think about.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's obvious. Look at his hand. Look at how the game went. Like, Cypher's gonna have his comeback now. Be like, oh yeah, I got 1 taunted minion and that Force of Nature roar. Get wrecked.
That would be mean.
That's obviously going to happen.
Roar would be enough.
Yeah, roar if there's no taunter. Oh, with a Black Knight, roar would be enough. Correct. That's just great. So Ancient Watcher, Shadow Flame? No, Ancient Watcher, Molten Giant, Taunt. Great board. And now you're happy you kept your Black Knight. Black Knight roar? Wow, so this is like, can he do this still? He can Black Knight and roar and not have enough damage. He could Force of Nature and roar to clear the board with that. But I think before he's running out of taunters, I mean, we saw 2 Argus. We saw 1 Sun Fury. Did we see 2 Sun Furies?
No, I don't think so.
I think there could be 1 Sun Fury left, but you need to use your Black Knight now before you ain't having any other taunters.
Needs to kill it. So he has to use his roar.
Whoa.
He has to.
Why? If your enemy Shadow Flames that minion, you're just going to win with Force of Nature roar next turn.
That's actually true.
That's actually true. So you could roar now, as you said, trade in.
Well, if there's a second Sun Fury, you won't.
If you use your roar now, you can kill it with your small minions. That's actually great, like your 3-1 and your other 3-1. Go for 6 damage into the face, bring him down to 7, and then next turn Force of Nature and hero ability. So that could have been a win condition. I would absolutely attack with my 1-1. I think that's okay. And he could actually consider attacking with his hero ability too, since the minion drops down to 4 and 1 tree would kill it. Or like with your either hero ability or with your Argent Squire, but I would definitely bring him down to 4 HP to make it better for me. So how is it going to end? Cypher still has a Molten Giant, if I'm not mistaken, and he needs kind of taunters. He needs a board clear and a taunter, like Shadow Flame, Sun Fury. Shadow Flame, Iron Beak Owl, Sun Fury. Oh, is it gonna be power overwhelming
Shadow
attack?
Flame.
Wow. But yeah. And the heal even. So Cypher really doesn't want to die. We get the Force of Nature Roar. You bring him down to 4 HP. And then you win with your Druid of the Claw next turn.
Oh, that's interesting. Bring him down to 13.
I'm quite surprised he just didn't go for the Force of Nature Roar. And he still had the option.
It was a perfect top deck.
It was a perfect top deck, though. Absolutely. I think he could have cleared it. Still bring him down like hardcore. Didn't he lose his Alexstrasza to Soulfire?
He did.
Yeah, that's correct. So
He
you
has no
don't
Alex.
you don't have to fear an Alex. You saw two
But
Siphon
Alex
Souls.
is super rare, anyways.
Yeah.
Like you barely see any handlocks with Alex or Jaraxxus anymore.
I think I would have liked the Force of Nature Roar more in this situation. Just bring him down hardcore and finish off with the Druid of the Claw. It was okay though. The advantage is he brings himself down further since he kind of needs it. And with Force of Nature Roar, you still win the next turn, and it looks like Skip is going to win this. Cypher would need to taunt up and kill the minion. So like Sun Fury Protector, Soulfire.
It's really unfortunate he had to use the Power Overwhelming, because at turn 9, turn 10, we know that there's a 20 damage burst combo.
Yeah.
And with the Earthen Ring Farseer, you could actually kill.
Big Game Hunter and Shadowflame, the Big Game Hunter, but no more taunters. That's not going to be enough. Oh, the Molten Giant in the end for Cypher, but that's just game, as you say. Skip is going to win this, and it's going to be a 3-0 at the moment for MYM.
So they take the cake.
Yeah, they can take the cake, didn't win this match of the week. The fourth match is still being played.
Yeah.
Since it's really important for the standings. We can actually, I'm going to pull out the standings here. Give me a second to show you.